How's it going, everybody? Sessiion here. Welcome to the PTB for DBD 6.6.0. This is just a quick check into the new survivors that we have, and as you can clearly see, we've got Thalita Lyra and Renato Lyra, and I think there was already like a confirmation that it was like a female and a male survivor, so I think that's really cool. So just want to quickly look at it and see what they. Hey, you hear the music? I wanted to quickly just check and see the survivors real quick as we kind of like dive into this a bit. Bro, I wonder what, like, I can't make any assumptions. I'm really bad at this stuff, right? But I wonder like what country of origin he's from. I feel like, you know, you kind of can get like a kind of a guess or figure it out kind of vibe. But I like the music actually. I wonder if Thalita has different music. So yeah, Renato always keeps his eye on the prize, and he expects the same from his teammates. So his perks are Background Player, Blood Rush, and Teamwork, which allow him to move faster when near a chase, recover from exhausted instantly, and hide your and an ally's scratch marks after healing that ally. So I think it's actually pretty crazy that he has perks like that. So generally speaking, my question is, where are they? I guess it has to be here. So this is Collective Stealth, the Teamwork perk. So we kind of realized that the perks have like it's like a new category, if you will, for survivors called Teamwork. So Collective Stealth lets you, when you finish healing a survivor, you both don't have scratch marks as long as you're within 12 meters of the survivor who healed you, or until one of them loses a health state, and it activates every 3 minutes. And then this timer goes down every 20 seconds for every upgraded version of the perk, which is cool. So Thalita has another variation of it where it works in the same fashion, but it's for haste speed, and I think it reminded me of Blood Pack, but I don't want to dwell too far away from it. Oh yeah, you see. Okay, so then they do both exist in the same fashion. Okay, so Collective Stealth is one of Renato's perks, which I think I actually enjoyed the idea of it, so I think that's cool. He has another one that's called, oh gosh, I'm already forgetting. He's got Blood Rush and Background Player. Okay, so they're actually both pretty close to each other too. So he's got Background Player, which is, oh, they're all level 1 versions. I gotta remember that actually. So here's Background Player. Oh, I like the design for that perk actually. That's really cool. So after you unhook another survivor, you break into sprint at 150 your normal running speed for 6 seconds. So it's an exhaustion perk for unhooking. So it's like sprint, burst, balance, landing, you know, lithe and overcome, and it's good for unhooking. So it's cool. And then the other one he has is called Blood Rush, and this is definitely the most powerful perk in his out of his 3 for the kit. Where essentially when you're one hook away, so you're at your second pip, while you're healthy and running, you get exhaustion. Or suffer from exhaustion, you can use the move, like the, I guess, you know, the button for like using for dead hard and that kind of stuff, and you can essentially take your health away and get injured and broken, but you recover your exhaustion, and you can use it every 28 seconds. But also, you're automatically healed back to healthy after the timer is over from the broken. So it's actually a very powerful perk, and because here's the thing, surprisingly enough, though, this perk definitely is a strong perk, and 20 seconds, because the level 3 version is 20 seconds. 20 seconds goes by very quickly if you think about it. It's kind of the same thing with like Hubris. Hubris is 20 seconds, right? So if you take that same timer, dude, this timer flies by. So yeah, these are Renato's perks, and I think that we already talked about how crazy powerful Blood Rush is going to be. Background Player, I think, will be a very interesting one, and Teamwork, Collective Stealth will also be an interesting perk as well. And then we have, I guess it's his sister, we got Thalita. And they got the same music, which is cool. Yeah, I think she's going to be a great addition to the game and the team as well. So her perks are, she's got Friendly Competition, which personally is my favorite out of the 3 for her. Teamwork Power of 2, and Cut Loose, which is a very fascinating perk. So quickly just diving into it, right? So since they're all level 1 versions, Cut Loose is, that's actually a really cool icon. Yeah, so whenever you do a rushed vault in a chase, then it activates, and then your rushed vaults are silent for up to 4 seconds, and each time you redo the rush vault, it resets the timer. So you can kind of do it infinitely until you basically run out of the timer, and then it increases a second per upgrade. So level 3 is 6 seconds of when you're able to be silent for your rush vaults, which is a lot of time, you know, to be able to go between windows to drop pallets and all that kind of stuff too. So I think that's pretty sweet. And then the cooldown time is the same across all 3 levels, so it stays at 45 seconds for each cooldown, but the timer increases for how long you can keep the perk active and constantly keep on utilizing it. So Cutlass is cool. Then we have what will be my friendly favorite is Friendly Competition. I actually like the design for that perk a lot. So Friendly Competition is a very good like teamwork based gen repairing perk, where when you finish repairing a generator with at least one person, then it activates. So then if you and another survivor who finished that generator, you get a 5% increase repair for 45 seconds. So it just activates if you two person a gen at least. So anybody who's under the effect gets that bonus, which when you think about it, if you have 3 people working on a generator, then you all benefit from the 5%. So that's actually pretty powerful. I think Friendly Competition is going to be a very, very good perk. And then lastly, she has her own teamwork perk called Power of 2, which is the same thing as her brother Renato's, except instead of it being hiding scratch marks, you both get a 5% movement speed as long as you're within 12 meters of each other, or until somebody loses a health state, and it activates every 180 seconds, and that timer decreases 20 seconds for every upgrade. So when I first read this perk, I thought it was really like bizarre, because ultimately it's kind of the same as Blood Pact, right? Because like this one is when you finish healing a person, then you both have the haste speed when you're near each other, right? Blood Pact is the same thing. So when you finish a healing action on the obsession or having them heal you, then you both gain a 7% haste speed until you're no longer within 16 meters. So the difference is this one just generally activates no matter what happens, and there's a cooldown timer. This one only works if you're in the process of healing the obsession or being healed by the obsession. So I think it's fascinating that those both can work together in tandem, because the combination of the haste speed is 12%, which I'm pretty sure is going to be very fast for using those two. So I think now like Blood Pack, literally, I think because of Teamwork Power of 2, Blood Pack is going to get a rise in the affectation, like the tier list, if you will, for perks on the survivor side. I think this perk is going to become even better than it's not like amazing, it's kind of in the middle, comfortably speaking. I think it's comfortably in the middle, but it's going to go higher now just because this perk exists now. How well will it work is obviously up for question, but I think that just the concept of the perk combined with this will work well. I think this will also work really well with perks like any exhaustion perks, so like Lied, Sprint Burst, and that kind of thing. But again, the problem is that 12 meters is not far, so you got to be pretty close to your teammate survivor in order to maintain that benefit of the thing. Plus, again, if you think about it too, it also pairs up with Dark Theory, so you know you can actually you can get like a 14% speed boost running wise while you are inside of the Boon of Dark Theory with Power of 2 and with Blood Pack. So I think like that's actually like quite a bit. And I think there's even other perks also that even let you still take it even a step further. I think oh man, I can definitely think of some crazy weird combinations of using Power of 2. Some of the other ones kind of make sense though, right? Like with Cut Loose, it's definitely going to be easily paired with a perk such as like Lithe, right? Or even I want to call it, or like Resilience, right? Or Quick Gambit, like straightforward, right? Friendly Competition will definitely pair up really well with like Deja Vu, you know, Prove, and all that other stuff. So I think that's why this perk really appeals to me, is because pairing it up with perks that have people do gens together. Like I can totally do like a toolbox build with this perk, and I think it's going to be very, very powerful. So I like that concept of it a lot. And then with Renato, I think with his perks, using Blood Rush, honestly, literally any exhaustion perk, and that's the craziest part about it. Sprint Burst, Balance Landing, Lithe, Overcome, like all those perks are going to benefit so heavily from Blood Rush. With Background Player, I'd be very curious to see how it pairs up with it, though. I mean, of course, this is also another one too, right? It'll pair up well with Blood Rush, so well that they're basically next to each other in terms of the, the listing as it is. And I think his version of Teamwork, Collective Stealth, it can pair up, I think, of course, well with Power of Two, because they're both designed in the exact same way that they should. So they kind of stack up with each other. But I think also this will pair up well with, like, again, Dance With Me, it's like Sprint Burst and Lithe, even, I almost wanted to say Self-Aware, but I'm actually not so sure about that. Well, maybe kind of, sort of. I think it'll be a bit harder to use Collective Stealth collectively with other perks, but obviously there is a lot of things you can use with this perk. I do wonder though if there is a way to increase the range of that of the perk like this though. I don't think so though, because I know that I know Open-Handed it's used for aura reading, but there's no, I don't think there's still a perk that increases just like the affectation of like distance. So like using Collective Stealth with two people using like, I think Collective Stealth will work really well when you pair it up with somebody who you're like playing with in like a Swift party. So like if there's two people both using like Sprint Burst and one person has Collective, then I feel like that's gonna be really cool. Even being able to take advantage of something like I'm trying to like immediately think of what comes to mind with Collective Stealth, because I don't want to necessarily use like Power of Two. Maybe it's actually gonna be harder than I think that it is to use it effectively perk wise. Because you both benefit from it even if you're healthy. You just got to be near somebody. So even Dead Hard might work pretty decently well with it too. Kindred would be great with it actually, because then you just kind of both go in together and go for the pickup on the hook. I think Kindred actually might be like the perk that works well with it as well. Same thing with Circle of Healing. I think that if you have Circle of Healing with Collective Stealth, then it's actually gonna be pretty great to kind of heal safely together in a corner, or even just like in general healing as well. Like if you just have like a person healing, then you can just effectively do this as well. So I think Collective Stealth honestly works well. It works well on its own, more so than Thalita's version of Power of Two will. So I think that's where my mindset is at about it. So I think all in all though, like his teamwork perk is not as strong as Thalita's, but his other perks definitely showcase a ton of value, and Blood Rush is definitely like the perk of choice for him. So hopefully you guys look forward to the perks we have as follow. I think that people are going to be very quick to see how powerful Blood Rush is. Along with some perks that also come from Thalita, but I think I'd like to see what else will come up with the teamwork perks, because I think that coming up with a new category of perks for survivors to use is actually a very genius idea, since the game is going to start incorporating the idea of like co-op with the HUD changes that are implemented as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the new survivors.